I'd gone around YouTube and there was a lot of videos that were wishing people happy holidays, Merry Christmas. And I was trying to kind of come up with something of my own to do, you know, given my limitations, because, you know, I don't have a video camera, I only have my web camera. And I'm afraid I bore people to tears with my photo essays. Even though I enjoy doing them, it's almost like scrapbooking, you know. My sister does scrapbooking, and I'd like to have better tools, you know. I told Newt about that, and he said that if I got, you know, one of the other video editing kind of things, I'd probably go insane because they're very geeky, and all computer things make me a little wary. But I was watching Periurban's latest vlog where he walks up the hill, and he's never even spoken to me. I don't know if it's just he doesn't speak to very many people or acknowledge them, or I can remember when my comment box was all messed up and I never acknowledged anything because I never knew. I would have to go through every one of my videos and actually watch every one of my videos to see if I got any comments, because I did not get comments in my comment box folder. It was so messed up. And then finally, after about 2 months, they fixed it. And one guy unsubscribed to me because I was in a pissy mood, made a pissy mood video, and then, you know, he told me that I had never even acknowledged him and written back or commented. Well, that was because I couldn't. You know, it was just physically impossible for me to do that. Now, I try to make a point of it because I can't, you know. I'm not a mean person, generally speaking. My dog is making me crazy, or stop. Anyway, so I was thinking about Christmas in general, and for some reason, the thought that went through my head, and one of my other subscribers, I'll have to get his name, I don't even think I can pronounce it. I think it's just one of those that, you know, it's like Prince, you know, the symbol for Prince or something. His name is so unusual that I don't have a pronunciation in my head for it. Anyway, I'll put it down here. Anyway, he did a video, real short one, with a question about asking essentially what inspires you, what is in the inspiration process. And so I went around trying to get inspiration for a Christmas video, and I was struck by the idea of the haves and the have-nots, and how one of the reasons why this whole commercialization of Christmas bothers me is that it's all about gifts and giving gifts and materialistic things, and, you know, it's just an excuse to party. And we have one of those coming up anyway in January, so just that thought hit me. And I have a beautiful piece of music that I've been wanting to do, kind of a montage thing to, an essay or something to. And I'm gonna put you down on the floor if you don't stop it. Now stop. Okay, so I began to think on the haves and the have-nots. And I had been meaning to do a search on the present. Don't ask me how this gets connected in my brain, but it does. It was kind of the peace on earth thing. And Periurban was talking about how he was once an environmentalist. Well, as you all know, I was once a rabid peace activist. I mean, just, if there was a march, I was there. And this was during Vietnam, of course. The present day war, for one thing, I supported it at the beginning because of the massacre of the Kurds in the late 80s. I felt that Saddam Hussein needed to be ousted in any way, shape, or form. He needed to get out of there. And it's kind of almost like Periurban's change from an environmentalist to kind of a existentialist. My own thoughts on war now are much different. Although my heart wants peace on earth, I realize that there will never be peace on earth. It's just not a possibility. The only way there'd be peace on earth is if you wiped out humans off the face of the planet. Then, the planet would be quite peaceful. But that's not going to happen, because everything that we do is in some attempt to save humankind. They say save the planet, but you're never going to save the planet. You don't need to. The planet's going to go on and on and on. It's humans that you're really saving, that you're concerned about. When you talk about global warming and all those things, you're not trying to save the globe, because it's going to be here. You're just trying to save the humans that live here, which is also kind of futile, because eventually we will die out as well. We're almost alien to this planet. We really don't have any purpose here. If you look at the balance of the microcosm, macrocosm kind of thing, you kind of go, how the hell did we get in that mix? Because we don't do anything but consume. Anyway, so I wanted to do this Christmas thing, and my own thoughts on Christmas are so bizarre. I was going to do this whole have and have not thing, but then I realized I am just such a downer. I'm like, Debbie Downer all the time, because I'm always thinking about human beings and their inhumanity. Periurban says humanity. I call it inhumanity, because we really are quite savage still. I had wanted at one time to do a video on just the conflicts going on around the planet, and how we as Americans, pick one off the little apple tree of conflict and decide this is the one that, we're going to get our undies in a wad over. So, I'm not as eloquent as Periurban is with his words, and of course he's got this great Scottish accent, to say all that in. But I guess at times when I feel like living in the United States has given me almost too much, I think about those people who don't have anything, not even hope. And my heart aches. And I don't want anything.